Hello guys, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. And today, together with beautiful executive director Katerina Romanenko, we want to boast with flowers first of all. Our clients are truly the best and I hope you will be watching this video. Thank you so much for beautiful, very romantic bouquet. It has brightened our day. And to be honest, of course, we wanted to boast with flowers, and also we wanted to film a quick video for you. We have noticed that our subscribers really like videos that we film with the phone right in the office without any sort of preparation, any kind of preparation. So in this video, we want to touch, I think, a very touchy topic, since male ego is so fragile usually. We want to speak about ladies and gentlemen who unfortunately did not get second dates. So pretty much we will discuss the dates that we have scheduled this spring and in summer, and why unfortunately sometimes ladies refuse to go out on a second date, or a gentleman refuses to go out on a second date. Katerina, in your opinion, from your experience, why sometimes even when the gentleman thinks that the date went well, the lady doesn't want to go out with him again, or vice versa, the lady thinks she's sure that the date went really well, but the gentleman is reluctant to go out with her?
First of all, when a man or a lady, when they think that date was so fine, that communication was so bright, so different, sometimes people mix real interest with when just person polite, when they communicate politely, when conversation went smoothly, because people just polite, they don't want to be rude, and they communicate during the date absolutely fine, and it doesn't mean that there is a huge interest and that person is already in love with you. And what we face again this spring, this summer, on dates, when we discuss the dates of our clients, what we see, what feedbacks we get from them, that again we are talking about unrealistic expectations. That when you're waiting for the date for some time, for 1 month, for 2 months, you already have the portrait of another person in your imagination, and you give that person some unrealistic features that even if you look yourself at the portrait that you painted in your imagination, you will understand that this is unrealistic. And when people meet in real life, they understand that it can be from two sides. One, that the real person is different from the portrait that you have in your head, or you
not
really
necessarily that she is less attractive, or
yes,
less
just
attractive.
different, because it never happens that the real person will be absolutely the same, like you have the portrait in your imagination. It's just impossible, because we are not Nostradamus. We can't be absolutely sure for 100% about other people. We have this, we say about future, we see the future. It never happens.
And I think Hollywood is also to blame, and novels. When, for example, in the novel or in a Hollywood movie, you meet someone and literally the planet stops spinning, everything is in slow motion, and the wind is blowing her beautiful hair or his beautiful hair, and from the first moment that he or she is the one. And so often people have these unrealistic expectations that it will happen like that, exactly.
Yes, like in a movie, that everything will be that you will see her, and during the first seconds you will understand that she's the one. And very often, by the way, we get such feedback after the date that I didn't feel that she's the one, or from the lady that I didn't feel that he's the one. Do you really believe that it is possible to feel it just after 3 or 4 hours of communication? After one date, you think that it is possible to see that she is the one? Of course not. You have to spend more time together. You have to see each other in different life situations.
First date is usually about superficial looks. You meet the other person and you compare, like, does he or she look like the photo? Am I attracted? And first date is almost always about the looks. Am I attracted? Is she beautiful? Is he handsome? People don't even bother to look deeper. And also, don't forget about the stress. So we all want to look our best on the first date. So usually the second date is more relaxed. People have seen each other. So when you're speaking about these unrealistic expectations, yes, people build them in their head, and also they take as an example these Hollywood movies, or also, for example of a friend of a friend, or maybe we all have this couple that has started dated in high school and they went to the same university and they got married, and their love story goes on and on since like they were both 14. But how many couples like that do you actually know? I know one.
If I think, maybe I will have in my mind one or two such couples, but you don't have to take their example as something that has to be like normal in your life, that everyone has to meet this person, and you feel from the first second that this is the one, and
she has to be the first person you are meeting. So literally the moment you start dating, she has to be the first person you are meeting. And I have seen it with quite a few gentlemen also last year. If the first lady the gentleman is meeting, for example, he didn't date for about 10 years, and literally this is his first date in 10 years, and if the first lady doesn't reach his expectations that he has created in his head, then he got so disappointed and devastated that he's not really present at the rest of the dates. So later on he plays this sad hero that, oh, nobody likes me and I will forever be single, and the ladies are not smart enough, pretty enough, they don't smile enough, everything is not like I have imagined in my head. So yes, if you haven't been dating for 10 years, I can tell you like with 90% accuracy that you will ruin first several dates, because your stress and nervousness will take the best out of you. And yes, you will be clumsy, which is okay. So pretty much if you haven't been dating for 10 years and then you go out and you meet a lady and you don't get the second date, I can tell you that in most cases it was because she was stressed, clumsy, and the lady has failed it.
Yeah, and also what is happening sometimes that, for example, the guy, he's thinking that they have so big chemistry with one of the ladies, let's call her, I don't know, Natalia, and he's saying that communication was so well, we had so many common topics, everything went really well, but she was just polite, and it can be that she doesn't feel that she wants to go on the second date, and then he decides that he doesn't want to go on the second date with another lady. For example, Natalia is not interested, but you see this Olga, she's really interested in you, and he's saying like, if Natalia doesn't want the second date with me, then I don't want the second date with Olga. It also happens.
Oh yeah, he wants to punish other ladies, but in real life he's punishing just himself. I want to make a video about dating easygoing people, but we can touch it here because it's like a huge topic, because like you have mentioned, sometimes people mix politeness, and also there are people who are just natural, or for example, that's a professional habit, to be a good presenter, to be a great storyteller, to be easy to like. If, for example, she's a university professor and she's speaking in front of a huge audience every day, and for example, she does it in English, like we had several ladies in our database and they teach foreign students, they do it in English. So first of all, A, they have practice in English. So B, she is not afraid to speak to native speakers. And C, she is just a natural presenter. So of course, for her it will be a less stressful experience to meet on a date a foreigner, to talk to him, and to do it in English. And guys confuse it that, okay, it is so easy to talk to her, it means that she likes me a lot. No, it just means that she is fluent in English and she had this easygoing personality. It doesn't mean that she is so relaxed and easygoing and at ease just because she is with you. And people confuse it. Do you remember the situation when the lady went out on a date and she felt so stressed that she actually left, and she has left her coat in the restaurant and her car. she got on a taxi and she went back home, and the gentleman was waiting because like flowers are on the table, her coat is hanging, and we had to call the restaurant, and the manager said that, oh, she has asked to call her a taxi and leave. And then our psychologist has called her and said, let's call her Natalia. Natalia, but why have you left? And she said, oh, I don't know, like everything was going so well, I just panicked and I have decided to leave. It doesn't happen that often, like I can think of only one story like that in 13 years, but that's a real story. And of course, if the gentleman would take it into his own account that she has left because of him, well, I don't know what to do, like to quit dating altogether. Dating is a stressful experience, and different people react in a different way to stress. And if you're out of dating practice, you will be more stressed on a date, and your partner will feel it, and he or she will be less at ease, because when one person is stressed, the other one, he or she has to be like really confident not to feel this stress. So also, if the lady often goes on dates, not necessarily she's a serial dater, she just wants to meet someone, so she's meeting new people, she surrounds herself with singles because she really wants to build a serious relationship that will lead to marriage, and a smart strategy to achieve it is to meet new people. Then the chances that you will meet the right person are much higher. So if she had this dating practice, this dating muscles, then of course it will be easier for her not to feel stressed during the date, because she did it before. She went on dates and she understands that okay, not every first date necessarily will lead to the second date, and she won't think of every guy that, oh, he is the future father of my future kids. She's not marrying everyone like in her mind on that first date. Then of course it will be easier for her to be relaxed and less stressed during the date. And usually it has nothing to do with the chemistry she feels to you. It's just practice. Or another girl who hasn't been dating for a while, or for example, she had some negative dating experience. Of course, it is not your fault and not her fault that she doesn't have enough experience, but she will be more stressed. And some guys, unfortunately, they mistakenly think that they mistake this stress with less chemistry.
Sometimes even because of this stress exactly is the reason why ladies bring up not smart topics on a date. It also can be, it happened not so long ago that guy said that I don't want to meet her for the second time because all the first date she was talking about politics, about previous relationships, religion,
and she was so stressed. She even said like, flowers, like why did you bring flowers, like why the flowers, there is no, it's not necessary, there is no need. And later on, when I wanted to talk to her, she was so stressed that she said that I'm not ready to talk to a psychologist right now.
Yes,
so
it can be because of stress. People can be,
and you can't predict it. You have to meet in person. I think that she really liked that guy she was meeting, and this is why she has reacted. She was so overwhelmed. If she didn't like him that much, maybe
she would be more relaxed.
She would be more relaxed. It has happened many times, unfortunately, when guys were talking nonsense, ladies were talking nonsense. My favorite story is about the lady. She was like literally telling the recipe of a pie half of the date. And later on, when we have asked her, like, Alona, why the recipe of the pie? She was like, I don't know. I felt stressed. Like the gentleman looked better than his picture, and everything was like so nice, the flowers, the restaurant, the music, and she just got overwhelmed. So what to do not to get overwhelmed? To practice, to meet people, to spend time on dates, to flirt, to talk to different men and women. And also, why she doesn't want to go on a second date, like the obvious reason, she didn't like the way the gentleman looks. It's very common, unfortunately, or fortunately, men like to think that ladies are not visual, that just men are visual. Women are visual as well, and some people photograph well, so sometimes people look like really good on a picture, but in real life they look less glamorous. And sometimes vice versa, like usually men actually look not so good at their pictures than in real life. Because in real life he can be like very charming, easygoing, with a great sense of humor, with a good smile, good at courting, opening the doors, flowers, compliments. So at the whole package, you can tell that he is easy to like, but when you see the photo,
yeah, it will not give you such impression because it's just a
yes,
photo. Yes, and in real people can be real different, and it's normal. But ladies, they also choose by their eyes, not only men.
yes,
That's true, and it can be. It's very often that we get a feedback after the date from lady too that I didn't feel physically attracted to him because I didn't like his appearance. It also happens, and you don't. You know, it's very important not to make any rejection as a disaster. That if a lady doesn't want to go on the second date with you, it means that they are all were not interested in me from the beginning. I don't know why I came to meet them. It's not a huge disaster if one lady doesn't want to go on the second date.
Even if several people don't want to go out with you, you're just one person closer to your person. Because in real life, how many dates will you have to go through before you meet someone? Some people are like my parents, they have met in the university and they have married after university and they have been together for 43 years. But actually, when they have went to the university reunion a few years ago, many couples were not together anymore. But they were not married, they were dating in the university. So some people got married and they were still together. But again, it's another generation.
Another generation that I wanted to say that before it happened more often. Now it's not.
Now
so
with
common.
all the information, like before, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, in the time of our parents, you go to school with a certain number of people. Of course, there are your classmates, other people who are the same age, a year older, a year younger than in the university, so you're limited by this crowd. Nowadays, you just open your phone and you can literally meet people and date people who live in another time zone. So we are filming it in Kharkov, and please write down below this video in which time zone, in which city you are, and from where you're actually watching us. So I would say with dating, this illusion of endless choice,
that's what yes,
it gives you this wrong idea that there will be lots of people who will find you attractive and who will be willing to date you. Yes, it is true that there can be multiple people who will find you attractive, but there will be also multiple people who will not. They can like you on paper, but once you meet in person, you also don't know the background and the fears. They can find you matches that share your values, are looking for the same things. Girls who are like really single, are over their exes, are open to meet someone, are open to date a foreigner, speak the language, have good personalities, but we can't guarantee how you will react to each other. Because it is very emotional and a lot depends on you, what mood you will be in. If you will be thinking on the day that, the world hasn't stopped spinning and I don't see her in slow motion, she is just a human girl, an attractive human girl, but not a goddess from another universe, your date, she will feel it. She will feel that you are not excited to meet her. And the degree of excitement on the date, it will drop drastically and it will influence the whole mood of the date. So a lot depends on you, on your attitude, and on the attitude of the lady.
And also this endless choice, it becomes sometimes a reason why, for example, a man doesn't want to invite a lady on the second date because he wants to see whom he will meet further. And when I meet several ladies, I will decide if I want to invite the first one or the second one, for example, on the second date. It's also a huge mistake because nobody will be waiting for several days while you decide if you want to meet again. Because for ladies,
time
also
is precious, and it is the logical ending of the first date that you're asking her on second date. Like in the mind of the lady, if the date went well, it is logical that you're asking for her phone number, you text her after the date, and yes, you ask her out on a second date. If you haven't asked her straight away, okay, maximum the next day. But to wait 2 or 3 days, nobody's going to do it. And the world spins so fast nowadays, like not literally, of course. Time flies with all the gadgets, and 3 days, it's a lot. She can meet someone and she can move on. The smart strategy is to move on. Okay, we went out on a date. He didn't invite me on a second date. well,
he's not interested in me. And
he's
it's
lost,
normal.
and I'm moving on. I'm texting to someone else.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that she is not serious. It means that we all want to find what is best for us. But best, it's not about being like unreasonably picky and looking for this perfection. Perfection simply doesn't exist. We are all human beings, and we all come with certain expectations, with certain backgrounds. So just thinking that okay, this date was okay, and I will look for the date that is a wow.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build this anticipation. You have to get to know each other, because really to love a person and to really like a person, you have to get to know a person. The first date, this wow effect, it just physical attraction, and pretty much it can mean that you didn't have sex for a while, and there is an attractive girl and she is smiling to you and you feel the sexual tension, but it can be one-sided.
And if it appeared so fast, it can be disappear the same very fast, and you will be you will feel sorry that you lost this chance, for example, with another lady, that you could have better connection with her.
I can tell that 10, 12 days you need to really get to know a person, to understand if you're on the same page about many things. Of course, with international dating, it can be 4 or 5 dates, and then let's say 3-4 weeks of communication. Then you will know for sure if you want to meet this person again. But you have to live through this time, and you have to commit to this communication, because if you had 5 really good dates, and then for this 3 to 4 weeks of long distance, you're just limiting your answers to her to like, I'm fine, how are you?
I'm going to sleep, good night, good morning.
Good morning. Then you won't be able to get to know her, and she won't be able to get to know you, and she will be turned off by your lack of effort in getting to know her. So it takes time. You can't really tell if she is the one after 2 dates. It's ridiculous. And after 3 dates, you can't really tell that. To really like a person, you have to get to know a person.
And different situations, not only when you're sitting in the restaurant talking to each other. You have to, I don't know, to have different emotions, to discuss different topics, to be in different mood. You have to see different behavior of each other, and it doesn't happen on first 2 or 3 dates.
I'm thinking right now that when even people hire like new employees for companies, of course you go through several interviews, and you try to understand if this person has certain qualifications and necessary experience to be a good candidate for this exact job. But probation, like for 1 month, for 3 months, why company do that? Because they want to see if this person will work well with the rest of the team, if we are talking about teamwork. And at Diolli.com, teamwork is very important for us. So when we are looking to hire someone new, the first thing we are thinking, is she a team player? Will she play well with the team? Will she get along with everyone? So it takes like a month, 2 months to see if this person, is she's actually net, does she clean her cup after she had tea? Won't be the rest of the team repulsed by her lack of hygiene or whatever? So such tiny things, and you can't learn them during the interview.
Of course.
With dating, like first date is pretty much a lot like that interview. You learn just basic clips, like for example, if this person is taller, shorter than you, is she smiling, not smiling? Does she drink alcohol, or maybe is she eating healthy? Has she eaten like 5 desserts? And still, like those 5 desserts, I remember situations when people panicked during the dates and they started eating more, or for example, vice versa, the girl, she had just ordered a glass of juice because she felt so stressed to eat. So it takes time to see if there can be future for 2 of you as a couple. And you can't understand it unless you spend time together, and you spend this time in different situations. In the restaurant, walking down the street. For example, I was thinking about this scenario, like a couple, they went to a restaurant, and something was wrong with the service. They didn't want to accept the card. The machine, this machine to accept the card was broken. and then they were waiting for the bill for a very long time. And the lady and the gentleman both has given a very positive feedback. They said that okay, like that situation wasn't pleasant, but we were making jokes about it, and it was just a second date, and the lady really liked it that the gentleman was not nasty about it. So they were making jokes that okay, we are going to spend more time together while we wait, and the gentleman really liked it that the lady, she was not upset with the bad service, because you know sometimes people overreact and they start with mouse in the place. So you have to go through certain experience with this person. You have to have a very good day. When you have a good day, I remember our client, he had a promotion, and he was talking to a few ladies, and he said that he wanted to boast to one of them. They had several dates, and then they were talking, and the lady said that, oh, I'm busy, I can't talk right now. So she didn't want to be happy for him. So you have to have a good day, then you have to have a bad day. When for no serious reason, hopefully, it's just raining and you have a headache, and you don't feel like waking up and going to the office, but you still find this trance to be positive and to answer texts. Or so it takes time that you have to live through and to get to know that person really. Like after all, 10, 12, maybe 13 dates or 5 dates, and then 3-4 weeks of the communication, they can really show you if two of you can have a relationship. It's not a relationship yet. But if you limit yourself to just 1 or 2 dates, you'll just never know.
And I like this phrase after the date. I'm not sure if I want to invite her on the second date. Why? And when are you going to be sure? In 1 week, when you come back home, you will open the door and decide, yes, now I want to invite her on the second date. Then it happens like that. When nobody will wait for 1 week, because people, you know, we like to feel that somebody likes us. If we don't have this feeling, we also are not interested to continue this communication. The lady, she has to feel that you're interested in her. And when you're not sure if you want to have a second date, first question is why. If you have time, you already came here, you already invested time and emotions into this process, into the communication. And when are you going to be sure? What will happen? Someone will knock into your door and say that now you're ready to have the second date? Or what is? Every time I read or hear this phrase, I'm always surprised that why you're not sure.
The gentleman can comment to us that, some people just have high standards and they are looking for the best. It's ridiculous. It's like going shopping and without trying a scene, saying that, oh, nothing suits me. It means that you're just in the wrong mood to go shopping. So literally, if you need to buy the dress, you will start trying them on, and then you will choose the best. So when people tell that, oh, I'm not sure if she is the one for me after 1 date, it's ridiculous. You have to have at least 3 dates, like 2 dates. I like it when people have 3 dates to be sure if this acquaintance can lead to something. Because 1 date, for no means, it's an indicator. It's like meeting a prospect, a potential employee for 20 minutes of interview, and then to tell that, oh, this person will work for us for 10 years, I can feel it. No, you can never tell that unless this person actually starts working with you like every day, and you see how this person reacts to stress, to certain situations, how he or she interacts with other employees, with clients. So you can never tell that. So to limit yourself to just 1 date is not very smart. And also, if the lady doesn't want to have a second date with you, well, if you are doing these dates through the matchmaking service, you can get the feedback, for example, why she doesn't want to meet you again. There can be like a real reason, for example, you are not attentive enough, or she had to do all the talking. And by the way, with easygoing people, so many times, like the gentleman tells that, oh, the date went so well. She is so bubbly, so easygoing, she has such a great sense of humor. And then you ask the lady and she's like, I had to do all the talking, and he literally has asked me 2 questions, and I felt bored. So it's never an indicator. Like 3 dates is an indicator if there can be more. Like if the lady wants to have 3 dates with you, then it can be more than just like curiosity or politeness. And also, why she didn't want to go on a second date with you, there can be reasons that have nothing to do with you. She's just in a bad mood for the whole week, and she's moody, and she has expected the sparkle, and she didn't feel that sparkle. That's her problem. That's her fault. Not very smart dating strategy to wait this sparkle, like in movies, to wait till the birds will make a heart sign somewhere in the sky, and then
Yes,
she'll
because
go.
sometimes ladies are waiting for that too. Not only men are waiting for that
So
sparkle.
often, like
Yes.
she's waiting for that sparkle. Like in her dream, he has presented her roses, and in real life, he brought daisies. In her dream, their kids will have blue eyes, but the gentleman has dark eyes.
Yeah, different reasons it can be. She has ladies also, they can be unpredictable, and but you have to concentrate on your results. You can't blame other people for their mistakes. They are living their own experience. If she's making a mistake, it's her right to make a mistake. You have to think about your healthy future and your relationship that you want to build with the right person.
The trick is to pay attention to people who actually like you.
Mm-hmm.
If the lady likes you, if she is sincerely interested in getting to know you, she is a keeper. Because not everybody is going to like you. That's reality. This idea that, oh, there will be hundreds of people and all of them will like me, it's totally unrealistic. And it is okay, because we all come with our expectations. After all, you don't need 100 ladies to be chasing you and to be throwing themselves on you. You are not a rock star. And like even those rock stars, those fans, it's a stage life. It's not reality, not real life. So in real life, if the lady shows a sincere interest in you, it is important to explore it further. Why she is interested. And guys, a little trick is when a person likes you more than you like this person, oh, you will be very lucky in such relationship. Of course, you can tell me right now that it has to be equal in all relationship. Always one person seems or appear to be more interested. It doesn't mean that love won't be strong or won't be healthy. It will be, but why not to give yourself a chance to meet someone who is actually interested? I don't know why people so often, especially men, they choose to chase ladies that have very little interest in them.
Like maybe hunter, they feel themselves like hunter that want to get this, I don't know. It's difficult to say, because it can be, when you're a teenager, then you're interested in such interesting scenarios. I will win her over, I will work on it. But when you're
we will go to prom together.
Yes, but when you're already an adult, you have to appreciate your time. You don't need to spend months or even years on a person that tells you openly that I'm not interested in you.
Or she's sending mixed signals.
Yes, I don't have feelings to you. I'm not going to build relationship with you.
Oh, you have to win me over, and then maybe I will like you more. Why are you wasting time on that?
Yes, you're just wasting time. Your precious time, you're just wasting.
Instead of letting someone who shows genuine interest in you, letting this person get to know you better, it doesn't mean this person loves you. Like sincere interest, it's not love.
For sure, not yet.
And this phenomenon, when, for example, we introduce a gentleman, let's say to 4 ladies, and out of these 4 ladies, 1 lady doesn't want to go on a second date with a gentleman, and out of a sudden she appears the most beautiful. Or not so long ago it happened that the lady has cancelled the date. The gentleman hasn't even met her. She unfortunately has cancelled the date. She got a new job proposal, and she has decided that the dating is not a priority for her anymore. The gentleman hasn't even met her. It's not like they were corresponding for months or whatever. So literally they have just seen the profile of each other. So they are strangers. There is any connection yet. That's right. I tell that never fall in love with the profile.
But he will think that, oh, he lost exactly that chance, that she was the one, and he feels so disappointed, and he forgets all wonderful ladies that he met before, because she was the one, even they didn't met yet.
In this situation, I want to shake that guy and tell him, like, get over yourself. Like, you don't even know her and she doesn't know you. Why are you so upset because of a stranger? There is a strong chance that if you actually went on a date, you wouldn't like each other.
It's possibly, it can be.
Guys, start choosing ladies that choose you. It will be a totally different experience when you go out on a date and a lady is excited to see you, or when she is answering all your texts straight away. She is making effort to meet you. It doesn't make you desperate. It means that she is an adult and she is not playing hard to get or whatever. Like these girls who play this princess, I don't understand that. It's not healthy for a relationship, but guys, on and on, they tend to choose them for whatever reason.
I don't know why they're choosing them, but of course, I'm sure that if any guy will analyze the situation, you know, or discuss, I don't know, discuss it with someone, with the person whom he trusts, and discuss the situation, he will get advice that it's not healthy, that something is happening between you, it's not healthy. So don't be afraid to ask a person whom you trust, maybe psychologist even, to discuss this topic and ask for advice, because you can fall into this for months. We are not even talking about years. Concentrate on something healthy. Try to find a person with whom you will build healthy relationship, not running all your life for someone.
I remember we have introduced this programmer from Western Europe to a girl, and she's a beautiful blonde. She also works for an IT company, so she's used to programmers. She knows how to talk to them, and she works in this HR department, so she's easygoing, attractive. They had 2 dates, like really 2 dates. For the second date, we have convinced a lady to actually go out on a second date to give herself a chance and our client a chance to get to know each other better. But she said that, okay, he's way too shy for me. Like, he's shy and I had to do all the talking. And both of them, by the way, she in her late 30s, he in his early 40s. So both are adults. And after those 2 dates, like, we have suggested different candidates. Oh, they are not so beautiful as Natalia. Oh, Natalia is so beautiful. And he has started sending flowers to Natalia. Okay, flowers is a nice touch, but if the lady has told you that there is no chemistry from her side, she is like not interested, like literally not interested, and like that guy with a sign standing in the streets of New York, like not interested. No, I will make her change her mind. You just want to be miserable instead of concentrating and investing your time, effort, and yes, your love into a person who can actually reciprocate your feelings, with whom you can have mutual interest. He's chasing that girl. You don't even know her after 2 dates. It's always beyond my understanding why some men choose to chase girls that have zero interest in them.
Because again, they are making a portrait in their imagination. After 2 dates, it's impossible to know the person. It's just impossible. It's in your imagination. You already gave that person some features that you're dreaming about. I don't know, you already see your future children in your imagination. Again, you're painting a portrait in your head. And if, I don't know, something changed, tomorrow will be snowing, I don't know, huge storm, and she changed her mind and you start to date with her, it's a huge chance that after, I don't know, 5 more dates, you will understand that there was no reason to court this woman. She's not that portrait that you have in your imagination.
You just like the pretty face, as shallow as it is, just that pretty picture that you've seen, that glimpse of a person during 2 dates. It doesn't mean that she's a bad person.
But she can be different, again, from something that you have in your imagination.
And she can never turn your feelings. So it is so stupid to chase a woman that shows no interest. It's like trying to buy a house and telling that, oh, I want to buy this house, but it is sold. And people are not willing to resell it. No, but I want to buy it. But it is sold. Look at another house. No, I want to buy this one.
With a house it's easier, you can give twice price and maybe you will get it, but with real people
twice price for a house that maybe doesn't cost that money.
yes,
It's
this
called
is the question,
stubbornness.
if it costs it or not.
It's called stubbornness, and male ego is truly fragile. And this is why if the lady has said no, gentlemen pretty often want to prove her wrong. Why are you wasting your time on that? Guys, we hope you haven't fallen asleep. It has been an interesting discussion. Please let us know in the comments below this video if you want more videos like this from the office. We will do them for you in between scheduling the dates. If you prefer professional format, we are not giving up on professional format, then we will film more videos with our operator Sasha. And of course, your questions are welcomed, your comments are welcomed. Let's start an interesting discussion below this video. I really love our community of international dating lovers.
Yes, we'll be waiting for your questions and discuss them in future videos if you like this format.
And if you want to inspire cupids, you know how to do that. And we are not fishing for flowers, maybe for just a few compliments.
Yes.
And flowers. Let's make a heart for Diolli with love.